Happiness is freedom. Freedom is having the choice to spend your time doing things that inspire you. Most people want freedom, but many people don't have a clear objective, a roadmap, or a strategy to achieve it. Everyone deserves to live an inspired and free life. I believe that when we're free and able to focus on our most meaningful work, we simply become better human beings. We can give more, care more, support more, and love more. I'm an investor, a trader, and an entrepreneur, and I get to spend every day doing what I love. At the age of 29 years old, I became financially free, and since then my mission has been to help and inspire other people to achieve the same so that they can be more of who they really want to be. Always Free is about having a free mind, being free to question the status quo, free to take risks, free to say no, free to say yes, free from social idealisms, opinions and beliefs, free to disobey, and free to wake up every day and spend your time to make a difference that inspires you. You can have it all. Living a life designed by you isn't a stroke of luck or a result of circumstance. It's a choice. So if you want to learn how to become free and live an inspired life, join me for the #1 show for financial empowerment and wealth creation as I share my insights, tips, strategies and advice on what allowed me to be always free. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Jason Graystone. Well, welcome back to the show. Hope you're doing well. This is your Always Free show, and it's the #1 show for financial empowerment and wealth creation. Had a lot of great feedback from last week's session with Seb, my good old friend Seb Bates. Let us know if you're here. How's your week been? Good week, everyone? Wow, those chats are quite far away. Bear with me. Jeez. All here, good. Excellent. All right, so what I want to talk about this week, this show's obviously about wealth creation, and I want to kind of discuss an unavoidable topic, really, which is social media. And you might think, well, what's social media got to do with wealth building? Well, I can tell you that actually, earlier this week, I was interviewed on this sofa for a couple of 18-year-olds podcast called Real Talk Podcast, and it was really good. It was really, to have two 18-year-old guys come and interview me and come from their perspective, it was a really interesting interview. Great podcast, and you can go and check it out. I'll leave the details in the description of this show once it's published. But they were asking me, how many businesses are you part of? How many businesses do you own? How many businesses, how many multiple streams of income have you got? And, I was talking about it and I was saying, well, I've got, two education businesses. I've got a coaching business. I've got a social media management agency. I've got a software as a service business. I've got a podcast agency. I've got a property development company in Portugal. I've got a company in Dubai. I've got, angel investments where I own shares in other startups and things like that. And it was going on. And it kind of went up to 10 or 11 different streams of income from businesses alone. And I started talking about how's that possible? How has that happened? And a lot of them boiled down to was social media. Those of you who know that I was involved in the property development in Portugal, for instance, that just came around from my presence on social media. If I hadn't had a social media authority in that industry, I wouldn't have had that opportunity to literally get involved in that level of development for such little money, such little of my own capital or liquidity down. So when you look at all the other models, lots of it is attributable to that. And the reason I wanted to talk about social media today is because it's obviously a massive accelerator. There is a massive opportunity to use the power of social media in order to accelerate your wealth. I'm sitting here without a script or any bullet points. I haven't even planned this show. In fact, 20 minutes before this show, I thought, what should I talk about? And here I am talking to a camera, whereas just a little short while ago, I was an electrical engineer who got good at investing, and I spent 4 hours trying to create a 3-minute video for social media because I realized that I need to get my message out to people. I need to help people because I've got some value to share. And I was sweaty, I was clammy, it was a horrible experience. It took me 4 hours to do a 3-minute video. But when I got it done, it was actually real and true and authentic and, from my heart, and what I believed was the start of something that I was going to be able to get better at and share. And since then, since that moment, we've generated millions in revenue. We've generated millions of pounds in income. We've reached thousands and thousands of people. The podcast of this, the podcast version of this show has been downloaded almost 1.8 million times at the time of this recording. And we've been able to get paid more, reach more people, and grow our, my fulfillment is I'm very much fulfilled from the amount of people that I've been able to reach and change lives and all the rest of it, right? There's opportunities that have come my way as a result. People have wanted to work with me as a result. We've been able to charge more for our products. We've been able to attract more talent. We've been able to do all of these things that have given us a bit of an unfair advantage, all due to social media, right? I'm gonna have to try and read these comments. Hold on a sec. What's that say? Very inspiring to see you where you've come from. Cool. Excellent. Great. I appreciate that. So it's important to talk about it. Why is it important? Well, it's becoming more important because if you're not on social media as a business or as an individual, you're invisible, because gone are the days where we're looking at websites, yellow pages, Thompson Local, walking past shops, business cards, all that kind of stuff. It's gone. Now, if we want to see what you're up to, we want to go on your social media page. We just joined a gym here in where I live in East Grinstead, and they're doing a fantastic job of promoting their social media pages, which makes people want to go there, right? And because they're visible, people get to know, like, and trust them. So that's important. That's important. If you're not on social media, you're invisible, and you're going to get, you're just going to get swallowed up by the competition. So that's important. Now, what is the problem with doing it? A lot of people don't want to go on social media. And what I've seen what I've witnessed over the particularly last few years is everyone just kind of regurgitating the same thing. They are putting out messages of, it's not authentic. It's kind of like they've swallowed a Bob Proctor diary and they're all saying the same thing. And the problem is, I think when it feels a little bit saturated, when everyone's doing the same thing, and then you start to see that it's actually not authentic and it dilutes the message. And I think the people that have gone for it and tried to do it and then gone into that path, that's a slippery slope. I think it's a tragedy, really, because they're not being them true selves. They're not actually, the message that they're preaching is a hypocritical one, because they're actually not, they're moving further away from themselves. And they're not being them at all. They're just being someone else. They're saying someone else's quotes. They're saying someone else's messaging. They're saying someone else's teachings. And it's all a bit, coachy. And there's a lot of coaches out there regurgitating the same thing. So that gets lost. But then the people who do come through, the reason they go into that path is because they don't feel like they've got enough value to give by themselves. And I can tell you that you do. And what I see a lot of is people scared to repeat themselves. People scared to say the same thing. Oh, I've got to come up with new content ideas. I've got to come up with a new message. I've got to come up with a new profound post. Everything's got to be profound. Like everything everyone says has got to be this really profound statement that makes people go, whoa, I want to share it. It doesn't have to be that. In fact, the more you say the same thing, the more you're going to be liked and trusted. The more you say the same thing over and over again, the more of a strong following you're going to build who trust you, because you're not chopping and changing. You're not fluffy. You're not losing that kind of edge that you've got that connects your value through your voice, through the camera into the world of social media. What maintains that is the fact that you can stay true to your opinions, your values, your maxims, your set of core values, and speak strongly on those opinions and messages every single time. So you don't have to say things that are profound. You don't have to say Bob Proctor. You don't have to come out with Tony Robbins regurgitated. You don't have to, recite The Secret and all this crap. You just have to be true, and you have to be real and raw, and you don't have to say things that are profound, right? Because there's going to be people who take your message, who connect with you so powerfully that it is profound to them, just you being real. I promise you. So that's one thing. The other reason they don't want to do it is they feel like they're not going to, they're going to look stupid, or they're going to be embarrassed, or someone else is going to be like looking down on them or whatever. And I've covered this before. If you was talking to a load of 3-year-old kids, you wouldn't have that. So the reason you've got it is because you're thinking of someone in particular who you've got on a bit of a pedestal, who you feel, you're looking up to too much because you feel that they've got it together more than you, or they're much smarter than you, or whatever. When in actual fact, they're probably not even the ones putting themselves out there. They're probably not on social media shooting their message. So life's too short to worry about what other people, whether they know more, what they care of your opinion, or if they agree or disagree or not, or what, because who cares? We haven't got time for that, right? So you're probably wondering, well, look, I think about doing social media. I'm scared of this, scared of that. I don't want to get in front of the camera. A lot of people are putting it off, and whether it's building a program or an online business or doing a social media page or whatever it might be, don't just get your feet wet. Just jump in. And I can categorically say that the secret to becoming good, because I said this isn't scripted. I've got no bullet points. I've got no script. When I started this, I wouldn't have dreamed that I'd be able to talk to camera. Okay, so now you might think, well, yeah, you're a naturally good speaker. Rubbish. I'm not a naturally good speaker. I wasn't born to speak. I'd never spoke to camera when 5, 6 years ago or 7 years ago when I started. Never spoke to camera. Never taught anyone anything. Never had a social media account other than MySpace, right, or Facebook maybe, and that was it. So now I'm here speaking, and people go, "Oh yeah, but you're naturally talented. Oh, you've got all the good gear. Oh, you've got good lighting. You got a good camera. You got a good voice. You got a good mic. You got a good whatever makeup, right?" And I can promise you that those things aren't going to make you good at social media. What makes you good at social media is this. Ready? Who knows? What makes you good at social media is keep doing it every day. Show up every single day. Talk to the camera every single day. And be real. Be real. Don't be fluffy. Don't feel like you've got to say something profound. Don't worry about repeating yourself. Don't worry about, saying things that are going to be earth-shattering. Just keep saying your messages over and over again every day. Don't look at the comments. Just pick your camera up, pick your phone up, speak. Doesn't matter about the mic, doesn't matter about the camera, doesn't matter about the lighting, doesn't matter about anything. Pick the camera up, speak, put it down. Next day, pick it up, speak, put it down. Next day, pick it up, speak, put it down. Do it for 28 days straight, and I promise you, you'll be a completely different person. Completely different person. There's so much more that comes out of it than just a few posts on social media. The amount of growth in you and confidence in you and self-empowerment in you and inspiration in you and confidence, right, is unmeasurable. You're a different person. And you realize, wow, this is how you get better. You look back on 28 days and you look back at day 1 and day 28, you'll be a completely different person on camera. You'll be more real, more authentic. You'll have people loving your stuff, and you'll be starting to build some trust. So with that said, it's easy to say from someone looking at me now who's going, yeah, okay, well, you've been doing it for long and it's all right you saying this. But that is literally how I got to this show tonight, is by just talking every day. If you go on my Instagram and you scroll all the way back to my first ever post, you'll see the date on there, and then divide all of those posts. You'll see the amount of posts that I've put on social media in my bio. Divide that by the amount of days, and it'll be one post a day at minimum. And the reason I did that is so that I could get used to the repetition, the building the discipline of rocking up every day. And I tell you, it's paid off. It's paying off more and more every day. Just tomorrow, I've been asked to go down to London, to Brighton, to do some filming with another guy who's got a big following, and we're going to be forming a partnership there. And there's no way that I'd be asked to do that if it wasn't for social media. So aside from all of that, aside from even the money, aside from the reward, how you grow as an individual from putting yourself out on the public stage and sharing your messages, because you're not there to be judged. You're not there to, I'm going to put this post out, let's see how it does. That's a wrong attitude. That's where I see everyone doing that. Putting a post out, let's see how that one does. Let's see, is it good? Is it received good? There's no good and bad. You just have to be, and if you are saying that to yourself, if you're saying, is that one doing well? How many likes has that got? Who liked that? Who disliked it? Was that received well? If you're saying that, you don't believe in your message. So that is a sign to say that wasn't true to you. That's not truly you. If you go out on social media and you pick your phone up and you go, do you know what? Yeah, that riles me up the wrong way, or I've got a strong opinion on that, and you pick your phone up and you go, bang, right? And you put the phone down, you don't want to look at that and go, who's agreed, who's disagreed, did that one do well? You don't think like that. You're just thinking that was something I needed to share, and I know that some people get value from it and some people hate me for it, or some people just really disagree with it, or some people unfollow me. You don't see the unfollowing as a bad thing. Right. So on the last note, I would say if you are going into social media, absolutely, I encourage it. Right. I highly recommend you start putting your face out there on social media. One of the biggest reasons is because we're going to go into this AI territory. Right. And I've got something to share with you in a moment. We're going to go into this AI territory, and that means that everyone's going to start sounding the same. OK. Everyone's going to start sounding the same as this AI regurgitated kind of Chat GPT type of script. So people will become attuned to that, and the bullshit meter will go through the roof, and then they'll start really tuning in to true authorities, people that are real, people that they can know, like, and trust, people who they're going to tune into who's saying it and how they're saying it. And that's how we'll become attuned, right? So the people that put the effort in now to start building that trust and that brand and that following are the ones that are going to come out the other side riding a huge wave, right? Trust me. And what I would say is, don't be fluffy. Don't go off topic. Don't try and please everyone. Don't start filming your cat or whatever. Don't start going off topic. Just get on one subject. I was talking to so-and-so the other day. This came up. I've got some views on that. This is what I've found. Most people think this. I think this. Bang. What do you think? Great. Valuable, right? Share some insights. So on the last note, if you don't feel like you've got any value or insights inside of you, you have. You've got resilience. You've got things that you've overcome in your life that other people want to overcome. You might have a six-pack. You might be good at climbing mountains. You might be good with animals or kids or children. You might have had a long-lasting relationship or marriage, or you might have gone through a divorce, or you might have got, you might have built businesses. You might have become financially free. You might have really great skin. We can go on and on and on and on and on. You may have gone through some trauma. You may have had a house fire. You may have lost some loved ones. You may have experienced near death. You might have, you might have to deal with you might have coped all your life with a condition. Okay. There's other people that wish that they could have got what you've got, and they could have overcome what you've overcome, and they could have got some of the messages from you and teachings from you that you can share and you can pass down. And that is value, right? You don't have to be Bob Proctor. You don't have to be Tony Robbins. You don't have to say anything profound. You just have to talk about your life, what you've found, what you've overcome, right? So with that said, On Monday, two things. On Monday, I'm going to be attempting something that's never been done before, as far as I know. I'm going to be building a business from scratch, ideas and everything, in front of your eyes, on my own, in one day, live streamed. If you want to watch me do that, and that the idea is, it's going to give you the confidence and courage and motivation to really, really think, wow, if that's what he's done in a day, I reckon I'm quite comfortable I could do this in 6 months, 3 months, 1 month maybe. And that's my goal. My goal is for you to walk away going, wow, this is how easy it is. This is the power. This is the opportunities we've got at our fingertips that I may or may not have been aware of. And that is how he's doing it. So that's how I'm going to do it. Because all I'm going to do is I'm going to cookie cutter something that I've proven to work time and time again, but I'm going to shorten it down to one day. And I'm going to invite you into this office. You're going to follow me around this office all day, and we're going to build it. So if you want to come to that, who wants to come to that, by the way? Go to this link, bit.ly/biz in one day. Go to that link. Sign up. Okay, and we'll see you there on Monday. And lastly, I just want to say this. If you guys are thinking about going into social media and you really want to ramp that up, check out the Ubiquitous guys in Shield. Okay, you can find the link in the video of last week's show, but it is shieldglobal.io/welcome. If you go there, you'll find the Ubiquitous stuff there. So it's shieldglobal.io/welcome. And then you can find out all about the social media stuff and have a whole team at your fingertips to help you with the accountability, get you posting every week, amplifying your message out in an unfair advantage by posting it, repurposing it and everything. And also working with you to become better and better and better every single month. I can't sing high enough praises of that team. So go and do that. Register here for my Build a Biz Challenge, and I'm going to see you guys on Monday at 7 a.m, bright and early. I'll be sitting over there, and we'll be at the whiteboard just sketching out an idea for a very, very long but insightful day. So thanks for tuning in. Until next week, take care, have a great rest of your day and weekend, and I'll see you then.